All right. See you guys there. All right, coming on to your backs and grab your blocks. So if you have your bolster, go ahead and lay back on it. It's just nice to settle down. If you don't have blocks, you can put them aside. If you don't have a bolster, you can always use these blocks to open up your heart by placing it behind your shoulders, and one for the skull is an option. But if you want to relax, you can also use blankets. You can use blankets right alongside your back, and if you don't have blocks, you can cross your ankles and just relax, open up, or you can have your feet together and support the thighs with fists. And if you want to just relax those hands out, close those eyes. Being grateful for this time, being grateful for getting on your mat, feeling that I'm awake, I'm alive. It's a refreshing day, especially with this heavy, heavy mist in the Central Coast. And if you're not on the Central Coast, at least having that fresh air, no cinders, no fires, no craziness, no earthquakes or rain. It's just having this cozy time with ourselves. It's always nice to go within ourselves, closing those eyes, focusing on the tip of the nose, observing each molecule of oxygen or of air. Oxygen is diatome if you have O2, but air is a compound of oxygen, nitrogen, all these argon, all these beautiful elements put in to our system to nurture our bodies. So following that breath, observing each air molecule, observing the quality of the air. Is it soft? Is it dry? Is it moist? Is it cold? Is it soothing? Is it warm? Is it fuzzy? Is it soft? All these qualities, observing it, and then inhaling all the way to the top of your lungs, holding at the very, very top. Keep holding. Sip a little bit more air and sealing the mouth. Keep holding. Exhale out. Out with the old, in with the new. And here, focusing and looking internally to your third eye. So gaze up internally to the point between your brow. And here, observing any quality of light, maybe a flash of brilliance, a little insight to giving yourself an intention for your practice. So maybe it be cleanliness, saucha. Maybe it be cleaning the mind. Maybe you'll be cleaning your room, just observing the things on your mat and then off the mat. Or maybe you'll be like, oh, to-do list. Okay, well, once you get it organized up there, you're going to sweep it away. Or it could be kindness, because everyone needs a little self-care, because it goes so far. It could be letting go, learning to surrender, surrendering, and practice surrendering in this universe. And so with that, inhaling all the way to the very, very top of your lungs, holding at the very top. Keep holding. Sip a little bit more air. Keep holding. And then exhale out. Big lion's breath out of the mouth. That settledness, that contentness of so releasing that intention. And blink your eyes open, sealing the knees back together, rolling off the bolster if you're on the bolster, kicking the bolster out of the way for a bit, rolling back onto your back here, pulling the knees in toward your heart line here, rocking left and right. Side body massage. So always get to wake up. It's almost like a boiled egg. This is your Upasana, wind relieving pose. Here, just wiggle those toes, rock and roll those ankles, grabbing the knees, drawing big circles, massaging that lower back. Exhale, circle the opposite way. And then from here, exhale, pulling that left leg down. Oops, I gotta shrink this guy. Here you go. So pulling that left leg down, pulling that right knee in toward your heart line here. Rock and roll, wiggle those toes. Now imagine standing on that left leg. And then keep pulling that knee in toward that nipple line. Get that full stretch. Imagine standing on that left leg. Feel that stretch in the groin. If you feel any tightness, any holding patterns, observe. Now left hand on that belly or that hip. So feeling for that belly breath here, you can keep your feet flexed, you can wiggle those toes still. Exhale, pull that right knee out to the right side, and then keep feeling for that belly breath. Listen for that sound behind the throat, as if you're breathing and fogging up that mirror. It's almost like a Darth Vader sound. Now observing again any tightness in the legs, in the glutes, the groin area, your inguinal area, the hip joints. And then inhaling back toward the center here. Now reaching for that belt, it's always good to get the legs out of the way. If you don't have a belt, grab your big toe with your peace fingers, left hand on that left hip, and kick your foot out. And if you have a strap, place it on the sole of your feet and kick that leg up, flexing the feet, flexing the foot toward the sky here. And have that big micro bend in that knee if you need that top knee a little bent, because their hamstrings on the right side are a little bit tight. From here, breathe in and then try to straighten out that leg. Now imagine standing on that left leg. Good job. Now exhale, pull that toes a little closer toward your forehead. Get that full stretch of your glutes. Breathe in here. Feel for that belly breath with that left hand. And then exhale, drop that leg, swing it like a door. Rotate that right pinky toe down. And if you need a block nearby, you can place it underneath your ankle or a pillow or a book here. You can extend your left arm out to the side and just crawl out. And imagine again standing on that left leg. Imagine you might be lying on this big giant lily pad, hanging out in your lagoon. Your lily pad friends, just drinking your little lily pad cocktails, having a pleasant time in this little paradise. Not a worry in the world. Breathe that clean, fresh air. Then getting ready to inhale that leg back up to the sky. Flex the feet, left hand on that left hip. You can have that micro bend in that top knee, and then try to straighten out that knee again, and imagine standing on that left leg. Get that full, like you might feel a change in your right glute. Here you can bend that bottom knee, scoot your hips slightly over to the right, swap hands on that foot and straighten out that bottom leg to extend it again. Right arm out to the side. And then exhale, drop that top leg over, swinging over to the left side here. If you need a block or bolster, again, support yourself. Now imagine standing on that left leg. Now you can twist across the belly, and you can also ground your right shoulder just so you can twist across the torso. But here, just recline. Breathe across the heart space. Let it expand out to the wings of your arms. So breathing from the center. And then slowly exhaling out the air quality out through toward your fingertips. Imagine standing on that left foot. So you're getting that full twist in the IT band stretch on your right outer hip. That might be tight. That might be actually nice and loose. And then it also releases your entire back body. Now if you're a golfer or you twist around a lot, this might even Stevens on both sides of your body. So getting ready to inhale that leg back up that sky, and then release that foot, straighten out that spine, relax your legs out to Shavasana, so corpse pose. Close those eyes. Feeling that subtle body energy. Feeling the difference between before and after. And then feeling the difference between left and right leg. So pulling the heels and wrap the legs. Now, notice the difference is one side are really long, because I feel the difference. It is like almost a good inch for me. So when you run or walk around or sit, your hips get tight. You not notice this, but even just doing the yoga, just giving breath, it does stretch that ligament out. So blink your eyes open, inhale that left knee in toward the nipple line here, rock and roll, wiggle those toes, breathing here. Observing again any tightness in the glutes, in the groin, and even in the right thigh. So keep imagining standing on that right leg. This is that Ardha Upasana, so half wind relieving pose. And you can place your right hand on that belly. Feel for that belly breath. Make sure you are breathing all the way down to your core. And then exhale, pull that left knee out to the left side in a little half squat, a little power stance. Again, breathing kindness. Wiggle those toes. Those novial joints rolling. And then coming back to the center, inhaling the knee back toward the center here. If you have that strap, you can place it on the sole of your left foot again. If you don't, you can grab your big toe with your peace fingers and then kick out that leg up to the sky, right hand on that right hip. Here you can try to imagine standing straight, still on your right foot, so standing nice and tall. Here you can try to straighten out that top knee even. Feel for that stretch behind that left glute. Observe if there's any tightness. And then here, try to pull the toes a little closer toward your forehead. You might feel a stretch in your right leg. Maybe it's your back of your glute. Maybe it's a hamstring. Breathe here. Don't hold your breath. Keep breathing. Take that time to slow your breath down. And then exhale, drop that leg, swing it like a barn door over to the left. Rotate that left pinky toe down. Here you can ground your right hand on the hip. Your pelvis doesn't fly off to the left. And then you can extend that right arm out again. Imagine laying on that big lily pad. Having that little pineapple drink in your right hand. Balancing your leg and sprawling out. Hanging out with your family. Maybe a beautiful lagoon pool and in your little private resort. So slow your breath down. Everyone needs a little staycation in the mind. Not have to go far. And then slowly, slowly inhale that leg back up to the sky. Here, bend that bottom knee. You can scoot your hips slightly over to the left and straighten out that leg. You can swap hands on that big toe or that strap. Extend that left arm out to the side and then exhale to drop that top leg over to the right gently. Here you can grab a bolster block to support that leg. You can use another bolster or block to support the shoulder if you need. And then close those eyes and imagine standing on that right foot. Or twist across the belly, twist and try to round that left shoulder if possible. And then again, expand that breath from the heart space all the way across your arms. Close those eyes and breathe with long textured breaths. Slow it down. Make sure that you're breathing all the way down your legs. And then slowly, slowly inhale that leg back up and then release that foot. Straighten out the spine. Let the legs lie side by side. Relax in that reverse, that Shavasana, that corpse pose. Again, feeling the subtle body energy settling back in. Now, pulling the feet back together. Rub the heels around. Feel if both sides are equally long. Feel if one side might be a little longer. Who knows? Blink your eyes open. You can even look at your feet. When your feet flop out like a V, if one side is a little bit more, your one hip is a little looser than the other. So you might notice if they're equal. And then you might notice, I gotta pay more attention to that hip. And then blink your eyes open. Inhale those knees into your heart here. Rock left and right again. Massage the side bodies here. You can grab the ankles and grab the soles of your feet. Pull the knees into your armpits if you like. Otherwise, you can start kicking left, kicking right. Ananda Balasana. You can kick both the legs out. Hold out the feet. Open up those hamstrings and open up those abductors. All right, good job. Here, keeping a hold of the feet. Gonna rock up and down just to massage the back body. Keep the chin to the chest. And rolling up onto your sit bones. Sealing the feet together. Here you can wiggle those knees up and down. Open up those hips. And then inhaling tall, you can rock left to right. And massage the glutes. And then from here, coming to stillness, breathing tall, exhale, forward, fold, bowing down. And then here you can grab your toes, pull your heart toward the feet. Breathe into the back. So inhale, lengthen through the crown. And then exhale, go a little deeper. Just close those eyes and breathe into the back. Slow your breath. Just follow your breath. With every breath, inhaling to the back. And then every exhale, you can gently tug your heart down towards your feet. You might feel a subtle body energy, a little difference of your muscle stretching. And slowly, slowly inhaling out gently. Now shoving those thumbs into the soles of your feet, wrapping the feet, the fingers around the top of the feet, and then exhale, press your elbows into your inner thighs, rolling the feet out like a book. So let me point this downward so you can see. So opening it like a book. So hinging at the edges of the lateral edge of your feet. Again, if you have socks, you're going to see and observe sock fuzz. You're going to look at your sole lines. So, you might notice there might be a lot of cracks or not. You might need lotion. Your foot health is very important. So we're going to do a little reflexology, massaging the top. It's always good to, if we're talking about feet, we should grab our tennis balls. You can do that today. So after massaging our feet, we can go grab those. So big, squish the big toes and rotate and rock all the way down to the pinky and then your second knuckle. So that's the neck of the reflexology chart. So you went from the brain to the neck and then big circles around with your thumb on the very, very top part of your feet. Those are your lungs. Hopefully with allergies, you're going to clear out the lungs, and then toward the center press, that would be the heart. And almost like in Qigong, it'd be almost like the spring of life, but I think that might be a little lower where the GI tract starts. So either side of your heart would be the kidney, the pancreas and the liver. And a little below that, either side is your kidneys. And then a little down, and imagine there's a spine, big circles. So that's your GI tract. So the spring of life, that would be the center right there. And then all the way down, imagine there's that spine around the knees, the lower GI and the knees, and all the way down to the heel, to the feet of the feet. And then slowly inhaling up. So it's very interesting when we pay attention to these particular parts of our body that you think are very insignificant. This is very significant. Your feet can do so much. It makes you walk, makes you go places. So always give that gratitude to the feet. Now take that feet out a little like a diamond, pulling the flesh out from the back side. Inhale, arms up all the way to the sky. Breathe here. Exhale, bowing down. So you might wrap your hands around the toes. You might Wiggle left and right. You give your glutes a massage, and then inhale tall, and then exhale, allowing your head to bow down. If your neck allows, you can drop your chin to your chest. You can rock your ears left and right, and here allow the knees to drop open. You might breathe into the back. You might still wiggle around because there might be tightness in the glutes. Whichever the case, you are just breathing into the back. Close those eyes. Rock your ears left and right. Slowing down. This is that modified butterfly pose. Inhaling back up, nice and long. Extend those legs out here. Here you can flex your feet. Here you can drop the hands back, drop the head back. You can rock your ears left and right from here. And then slowly inhale the hips up, point the toes. Lift the hips up as much as you can. Keep pointing the toes. And this is reverse plank. Exhale, dropping back down onto your tailbone. Good job. You're crossing the ankles. You're pulling the flesh out from the backside. You're going to do a little wrist exercise here since, every time you go on your hands, so your right hand is going side to side, and then your left hand front and back. So slow and then go fast. And now switch. So it's eye-hand coordination. So good job. You guys are so good. Now switch. Good job. See, this mind-body connection. Good job. Now switch. Excellent. And it's good wrist exercise. So up and down, to the side and down and back. And then now your right thumb pointing down. Left hand squeezing. And now pulling gently to the left. And then gently to the right. And then center it. And then we're going to Tootsie Roll it. So if you can Tootsie Roll this far, that's totally fine. You can go a little further if you're comfortable. You can always rewind back. So breathing here, exhaling, turning left gently. And then exhale, gently turning right. And then unwinding. Going back to first position. Gently turning left. And then gently turning right. And then now shake it out. Good to shake it out. All right. Well, since we're already sitting in this position, pulling the flesh out, we'll go back to the opposite way when we cross our legs. Inhaling, arms up to the sky, reach, look toward the thumbs. Inhale, lengthen through those fingers. Exhale, forward, fold hands out in front. Inhale through the crown. Exhale, walk those hands out. Again, breathe into the back. Slow your breath down. Every inhalation, come out just slightly as opposed to lengthen through the crown. Exhale, walk those fingers out. Here, just down, hinging at the hips. Breathe into the back. It's not how far you go. It's all about hinging at the hips, breathing into the back. Slow your breath down. Follow the breath. And then slowly inhale, lengthen through those fingertips. Exhale, walk the hands all the way to your far left. Get that full side stretch. Breathe into your right lung. Inhaling back toward the center. Inhaling, lengthening through those fingers. Exhale, walk the hands all the way to your far right. Grab that right hand with the left. Breathe into your left side. Inhaling back toward the center. Inhaling, pressing back up. Inhale, arms up to the sky and reach. Breathe there. Exhale, drop your right hand to the right side. Left hand overshooting like a rainbow. Turn your heart up to the sky. Breathe here. Good job. Exhale, go a little deeper. Reach that top hand over the air just a little bit more. Good job. Inhaling nice and slow. Back up. Nice and long through those fingertips. Breathe like you're breathing through and reaching. Exhale, drop that left hand to the right knee. Back hand behind. Inhale, tall. Exhale, look over your right shoulder. Gently twist across the thoracic and across the belly button. Inhale, tall. Exhale, looking forward, counter twist with the neck, and then releasing. Now uncross, cross the opposite way. So kind of grounding down, pull the flesh out from there. And then from here, we have your left thumb down, right hand over, squeeze, pulling left, pulling right, And I think we had done this, otherwise we might switch. You don't know, I don't know, I already forgot. So you can pull left, pull right, and then squeeze, and then twist like a Tootsie Roll, and then pull out. Oh, I think I was right the first time. I think, let me try this again. Yes, so I haven't done this side. So it's a left thumb down, and then twist Tootsie Roll, turning left, gently turning right, and then a rewinding there. So you're squeezing those palms. You're gonna gently turn left, turn right, and if you haven't pulled left and pulled right, you can do that. I'm sorry, I kind of messed up. My long-term memory, I always have to work on. And then release, and then kind of shake it like it's nothing. Shake it back and forth. Good job. You're pulling the flesh out. Inhale, arms up to the sky, reaching, breathing here into the fingertips. And then exhale, forward fold, hands out in front. Inhale through the crown. Exhale, walk those hands out. So breathe into the back slowly. Exhale, walk the hands out. Hinge at the hips, bowing down. Breathe into the back. And then exhale, walk the hands all into your far left. Grabbing your left hand with the right. Breathe into your right armpit. Inhaling back toward the center. Inhaling, walking those hands out. Lengthen through those fingers. Exhale, walk the hands all into your far right. Grab that right hand with the left. Breathe again into your left lung. And then inhaling back toward the center. Inhaling, pressing back up. Good job. Inhale, arms up to the sky, reach. And look toward the thumbs, breathe in, reach. Exhale, drop that left hand to the left side. Right hand over, shoot like a shooting star here. And then turn the heart up to the sky, breathe. Breathe in, and then exhale, go a little deeper. Try to reach that top hand over some more. And then slowly, slowly inhale back up. Good job. Hands up to the sky. Breathing here. Exhale, dropping that top hand, grabbing that left knee, back hand behind. Inhale, tall. Exhale, look over your left shoulder. Twisting. Breathing here, nice and tall. Exhale, looking forward. And then release. Whew, I know. Do a lot on our sit bones, which is nice. Here we can actually, I've been wanting to do two things, which I always love to do the Jani Shirshasana. I like this like around the world. So extending your legs out, sealing your right foot into your left thigh. This is one of my favorite poses. So it's always good to pull the flesh out of the back. Inhale, arms up to the sky, breathing here. And then exhale, grabbing your big toe and pinky toe if possible. If not, ankle, you can use a belt. So inhale through the ground, breathing long. Exhale, bowing down. So you can bend those elbows and drop your forehead toward that knee. And then here, if you have that belt or you can go a little further, you can get that full stretch and grab your wrist beyond your foot if you want to bind. Get that full back stretch. If you want to grab your ankles, that's totally fine. Hopefully you're feeling it alongside your back as well as your hamstrings. The Jani Shirshasana, knee to head pose. Eventually your forehead might touch the knee. This is with practice every day if you can. Breathing here. They say 5 times a yoga a week. It's great for your health benefits. You're going to reap the rewards and keep practicing. Even without me, you can always do these home practices. Inhaling back up, extending that left leg out to the side. Pull that right heel in toward the groin. You can even pull the flesh out to settle the sit bones. Pointing the left toes up, we're going to inhale, arms up to the sky, reach. Good job. Exhale, drop the left elbow in front of that left knee, top hand over. Again, shooting that right hand over like a rainbow. Here, inhaling toward the heart up toward the sky. Breathe here. Exhale, kind of reach a little bit more. Try to grab those toes eventually. And then you're just going to breathe in slowly. And slowly, slowly inhaling back up. Good job. Extending that right leg out. You want to move onto your mat to make sure your heels are covered. You're totally welcome, but keeping those toes pointed up. So point those toes up, pull the flesh out from the backside to ground those sit bones. Inhale, arms up nice and tall. Exhale, hands out in front. Inhale through the crown. Exhale, walk those hands out, keeping the toes pointed up. Again, inhaling tall, pointing toes pointed up. Exhale, walk, crawl those hands out forward. And then hinge at the hips. So following the breath, inhale through the back, toes pointed up. Exhale, walk those hands out. So following your own breath. Slow your breath down. Hinge at the hips. If you can't hinge much, that's fine. Just go to where you're comfortable. Listen to your body. The biggest guru, it supersedes me. And slowly, slowly inhaling back up. Good job. Now pulling your left heel in to the groin. Pull the flesh out from the back side. Inhale, arms up to the sky. Reach. Exhale, dropping your right elbow in front of that right knee. Left hand over. Again, turn the heart up. Breathe in. Reach. Then exhale, keep turning the heart up, keep reaching that top hand over, keep breathing here. Good job. You might feel that stretch alongside your left body. Good job. And then slowly, slowly inhaling up. Now crossing your ankles, dropping the hands back behind, drop the back of the head into the trapezius. You can rock your ears left and right. It's nice to loosen the neck like that. And then inhaling, lift the hips up. Breathe into your front body, sunshine pose. Exhale, dropping back down. Good job. Hands on the waist. Little tiny circles with the neck. Always good to lubricate the spine. Lubricate the top atlas. Nice tiny circles. And then slow it down. Breathe into the tightness of the neck. Slower you go. The tighter it is, the slower you go. And breathing here. And then eventually exhaling that chin to the chest. Hands on the waist. Inhaling and then exhaling, pressing firmly into the core, rolling the pelvis, pull the elbows in toward each other, and then here drop the head into the lap like a bowling ball and press firmly into the core, getting that nollie. And then quickly release. Good job. Now uncross, cross the opposite way. Drop the hands back behind you, drop the head back, and then here you can just release the neck. You can rock left and right. And then slowly inhale the hips up. Breathe into your front body. Sunflower pose, and then exhale, dropping back down. So it's nice. It feels great on the hips. I love it. Hands on the waist. So if you notice you're turning one direction last time, try the opposite. So if you went counterclockwise, try clockwise, or vice versa. So turning and turning. You might hear different crunching noises. So just tiny lubrication. And then slow it down. This is very nice and important in the morning since if you toss and turn in bed, you're using your neck. And you wonder why I have such neck pain. It's because when you're sleeping, you're using it like a snake. Or you sleep on one side too long and you'll notice it. So, slowly breathing in oxygen. Fresh air molecules into your tightness of the neck. And then eventually exhaling that chin to the chest, dropping the chin. Hands on the waist, breathing in nice. Lengthen, exhale, pressing firmly into the core, hooking the fingers into the rectus abdominis, pull the elbows in, spread the skin of your back, let the head drop, spread the skin of that between the shoulder blades, and then quickly release. Good job. Here we're going to come onto our hands and knees. You're going to sway your hips left and right. And then here you can start drawing big circles. Dropping the head, pulling back, and then circle the opposite way if you want. You can do figure eights. Rotate the hips. And then here, coming back to stillness, we're going to drop onto your forearms, dropping onto your forehead or chin. Allow your heart to melt there. Pull back the sit bones. And coming into a puppy pose, Anahatasana, or heart pose, heart pose, because it's a heart opener. So here, breathing into the back. You can take your hands together, namaste, if you like to pull it behind the skull, get the extra armpit stretch. Allow the heart to melt. Breathe entirely into your back. And then here, release the palms, drawing back into Balasana. So child's pose, you can have your wide knee, child's pose, let the belly hang, or you can even pull your knees in together, kind of squish the belly. You're dropping the forehead. You can even grab a block for your forehead. If you want a little bit more support for your neck, it's up to you. There's all these options. If you want a full stretch, you can remove the block and pull the hands beside the heels. Allow the shoulders to relax. Doing the full stretch of the back in Balasana, child's pose. If your hands are unextended, you can try to push your sit bones toward the heels. This stretches out those hamstrings. And then slow your breath down. So counting the seconds of your breath. The 2 to 3 second inhalation. The 2 to 3 second exhalation. Now can you increase it 1 extra second? And then hold it for a microsecond at the very top. Exhaling just as slowly, all the way down to the bottom. Now with every breath, can you increase it 1 extra second? So you go from 2 to 3, try 3 to 4. If you're already at 3 to 4, try 5 to 6. Get to a point where you might go 5 to 7 or 7 to 8. Just calming the mind. And if your feet cramp up, you're welcome to come and uncramp and tuck your toes. The hips feel tight. You can come in and out of this pose anytime. So slow your breath down. This might be your resting pose, and this resting pose for many. And you might even fall asleep in this pose. I've done it. Very soothing pose, breathing into your back like a turtle. And then with that, you can live just as long as one. So slow your breath down. Here you can extend those arms out in front. Breathing, lengthening through those fingertips. Exhale, walk the hands all the way to your far left, grabbing that left hand with the right. Again, breathing into your right lung. You can lay your belly on that left lap. And then slowly, slowly inhaling back toward the center. Reaching, breathing in. Exhale, walk the hands all the way to your far right. Grabbing that right hand with the left. Lay the belly on that right lap. Breathe into your left lung. Inhaling back toward the center. Inhaling, pressing back up onto Virasana. So you're sitting on your heels. Right arm in front. Left arm wrapping around. Or you can drop and dangle if you want. We're going to inhale, lift the elbows up. So breathe into the shoulders. So close those eyes and feel if there's any tightness between the shoulders. And then exhale, dropping your elbows down. There again, drop your forehead toward the thumbs. Rock your ears left and right. And then coming down, unwinding. Here you can pull your hands back and drop your head back. And then from here, you can inhale the hips up. Breathe into your front body. Exhale, dropping your tailbone down. It's almost like a Supta Virasana, but it's a modifier. You're going to lift up your hips, coming back down. And then coming off your heels, you're going to tuck your toes, coming in to open up those arches. Because we're going to do a little footwork. We're going to grab your tennis ball nearby if you have one. We can always modify with a ball of socks. So you're sitting on the heels again, opening up the arches, tucking those toes. Now we're going to take your right arm in front. And you see, your left arm in front, right arm over. You can dangle the bottom arm, or you can twist and bind. You're going to inhale, lift up. And breathe into any tightness you might observe. Close those eyes. And then exhale, drop those elbows down. And then here, drop your forehead toward those thumbs. You can rest them on the forehead or forehead on the thumbs. Here, rock your ears left and right. And breathe into any tightness of the neck. And then unwinding, coming off those toes. And then gently give it a massage on the mat. Get to awaken the feet. You're coming onto all fours here. Spread those fingers. Shake the hips. And then coming to stillness, you're going to inhale, lift that right knee up. Big circles, opening up the hips. Exhale, circling the opposite way. And then swapping knees, we're going to inhale that left knee up, big circles. And then exhale, circle the opposite way. And then coming back coming onto all fours, spread those fingers. Engage the core, tuck the tailbone, pull the ears away from the shoulders. Coming into that flat back, because this is your spinal muscles using your infraspinalis, supraspinalis. You're gaining the core muscles. Good job. Coming to that stillness. Imagine having your dinner plate, your lunch plate on your back, and having that spring salad. Oh, think about Mother's Day brunch. Now you're going to have pancakes. And you're going to have that orange juice. You're going to have all the strawberries and whipped cream. Just add it on top. Good job, guys. You're holding it up. So, yes, we're holding it with our back. And now you're going to add your family's plates. And you're going to add their pancakes and all the beautiful fluff on top. All right, now inhale that chin up, dropping, letting the belly release. And coming into cow, exhale, pulling in that belly button. Look at your belly button, coming into cat. Keeping in the chest, inhaling back up. Exhale, pulling back in. And again, on your own, follow your breath. Waking up the spine, inhaling back up, and then coming back to neutral spine, tucking the toes. Spread those palms, spread those fingers. You're just like a spider, what do you call a water spider? You gotta spread the weight, the stressors, the tension. And then inhale the hips up, pull the sit bones back. You walk the full length of the mat here. Your hands as wide as the mat, if not wider as your shoulders here. Your feet as wide as the hips, if not wider. You can start pedaling away your heels. You can shake your head and nod. Get the full stretch of your calves and your hamstrings here. And sway left and right. A side stretch. Here, look between the thumbs. You're going to bend the knees. You're going to walk up or skip up into a forward fold. You can have your feet nice and wide. Bend the knees, lay the belly in the lap. Dangle here. Grab your elbows. Sway left and right. Here you can slide your hands underneath even your feet. Keeping the nice bent knees. You can balance here and massage the creases of your wrist. We're always doing these wrist exercises. Here you can even turn it 90 degrees. Step on those thumbs, wrap those fingers around those toes, and keep those knees bent. Just give yourself balance. And here you can wrap it around 180 degrees. And keep those fingers curled because it opens up that reniculum, and then releasing everything. Inhale halfway up. Engage the core, having a flat back. Again, these little half forward folds. You're engaging the supraspinalis, your spinal muscles. Good job. Exhale, forward fold down. All the way. Inhale, sprouting hands up to the sky. Hands together. Exhale, hands to the heart. Now, grabbing your tennis balls. If you have one around, do not take your time to go grab one. And open up the feet. So here, placing that ball underneath your right foot. You're going to give it a nice little massage up and down the spine of your feet. Well, not spine, but imagine there's a spine. There's that ectoderm, mesoderm, endoderm that creates our whole entire body. So you're gonna go through each layer of the fascia, the fatty parts of our feet. Fascia is like fat and muscle, and kind of takes the bones, kind of moves it around so you can release everything. So kind of go, you can go slow at first and go faster, just like kneading a dough, and go a little firmer every time maybe, and then go underneath your big toe. So squishing under the big toe, you're gonna roll it around to the middle. You're trying to wrap your toes around like fingers, all the way down to the pinky, and then squishing it all along the edge. I'm gonna open up the feet bone, all in on the outer edge, lateral edge. And if you lose your ball, you can chase it like a good doggy, all the way down to the heel. And then from the heel, squishing it in toward the center, the inner arch, and be gentle. Go soft, and go 1 micrometer at a time. And if you feel any sensitivity, just be gentle. Over time, my right foot feels great. All the way back underneath the big toe, back into the center. Now we're gonna go down the line. We're gonna down to the center of the feet, kind of gently pumping the brake into the center. That's that qigong, that center, the spring of life. You can feel it open up like a flower. Here, you're gonna press it all the way down to the heel. And then from the heel, kind of balance it underneath and then squish it. And then coming off that ball, coming back into that Tadasana, you'll lift those toes, close those eyes. Now feeling the subtle body energy underneath your feet. Does it feel like you just got a great massage? Now blink your eyes open, feeling that connection with the ground too, like how earth is moving underneath your feet. It's like those little micrometers. You don't even realize it. Now taking that big ball, that tennis ball, I'm gonna rock and roll underneath your left foot. Oh, this is more sensitive on my side. So we're gonna go a little soft, up and down, and then go a little harder, a little bit more firmer, getting into the, you go for ectoderm, which is the outer layer, mesoderm, which is the middle layer, and then endoderm, which is a little, like the squishiest part of your body. We're about GI gut and all that just jazzes, but your nervous system, it's all connected. So from here, pressing it under your big toe again, and then kind of wrap your toes around like fingers, like a monkey fingers, and then all the way down, wrapping it around to the pinky. And from the outer edge, kind of roll it around. Again, if you lose your ball, be a great puppy, a little good puppy. It's always playful, these balls. All the way down to the heel. See if you can feel that sensation of like your bones separating, your skin kind of de-cracking, uncolliding each other, and all the way down into the inner arch. Now it might be a little sensitive here, and you might notice one side is a little bit more sensitive than the other, and that's totally fine. Just being observant. All the way back down to the big toe, and then now down to the center of the middle toe, and then kind of roll it down as if it was like a spine, all the way down to the center, and press firmly into the core. This is that spring of life and qigong. All the way down, again, all the way down to the heel, nice and slow. And then coming on to the heel, press firmly. And then come off that ball, coming back into that Tadasana. Close those eyes, tuck the tailbone, engage the core, and then lift those toes up, plant them firmly into the mat. Feeling if there's a difference between left and right foot. Feeling the difference of before and after, that groundedness. How much more grounded you feel. You're feeling that they call it Pada Bandha, that foot lock. All right, good job. Now inhale, arms up to the sky, reach. And then exhale, forward fold. Good job. Inhale, halfway up. Engage the core, flat back, breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Then dipping down, drop the head. And then inhaling, sprouting arms back up to the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. Now roll the shoulders back, engage the core, tuck the tailbone. Close those eyes. Coming into that Samasthiti, the equal standing pose. We're going to exhale, lean forward, and then lean back. And then come toward your center. You're going to lean toward your left. And then lean toward your right. And then back toward your center. Always feels great when you're like, okay, now I feel great. I'm in my gravitas. We're going to blink your eyes open. We're going to inhale that right knee up in space. And just like you're laying down on the ground, we're going to grab that knee with your right hand, left hand on that left hip. You can keep flexing and wiggling your toes if you like. And focus on a point in front of you that's not moving. You can even use a wall or a bed nearby or wherever. We're going to exhale, pull that right knee out to the side. Balancing here. Good job. Focus on a point, and you might notice your hips might shift a little. That's totally fine. All that strength is in that ankle. And then we're going to inhaling back forward. Now we're going to swap hands on that knee. So balancing here. If you fall out, you can fall back in. Focus on a point in front of you, a drishti. Make a hitchhiker's thumb with the right hand. We're going to exhale, pull it behind your back. So balancing here. So if you want an extra challenge, you can slowly gaze to your back thumb and look forward. Good job. And then releasing everything. Woo, here you can shake out your legs. It's good to shake out those ankles. You can shake out the head too and shake out your arms. Wiggle it out. And then coming back into Samasthiti. So your equal standing pose here. Actually, step back so you can see my head. Tucking the tailbone, engage the core. Roll the shoulders back and then lift those toes up. Plant them firmly into the mat. Again, feeling groundedness. You're going to lean over to your right side now. Inhale that left knee up and grab that left knee with your left hand. Right hand on the hip if you like. Rock and roll, wiggle those toes. Good job. Now focus on a point in front of you that's not moving. For me, it's my doorknob. We're going to exhale, pull that left knee out to the left side. And you might shift your hips, but keep focusing on the point. Good job. Now inhaling that knee back. I'm going to swap hands on that knee. Make a hitchhiker's thumb with that left thumb. We're going to exhale, pull it behind our back. So this kind of helps twist our back. And then if you want to, again, challenge yourself, you're going to exhale, slowly change your gaze to your back thumb. And then you can glance forward again. And then releasing everything. Woo! Okay. Extra challenging now. Grab your strap. And just like we did on the ground, we did that Supta Padangusasana. And that is always an option if you want to go. If you don't want the strap, you can grab your peace fingers on your thumb. If you want to rewind, you can use your knee, like we just did. Move that out of the way. So, strap in your right hand. I'm going to step forward. And then we're going to lean. We're going to lean over to your left, but we're going to again go grab your right knee. So we're going to go back onto that same knee we just went on. You can strap your foot on to that bottom of your sole of your feet. There you can start kicking out, balancing here. So if you need both hands on the strap, that's totally fine. If you need an extra wall, you're totally welcome to use it. You're going to exhale, swing it out. Again, you might shift your hips. Good job. Now inhaling back forward. Woohoo! Go, Nancy. We're going to swap hands on the strap. And then you're going to take a right hitchhiker's thumb and exhale, pull it back. And then again, challenging. You're going to slowly gaze back to the back thumb. Woohoo! And then glance forward. And then I can release that belt. Woo! I know. It's always a challenge, but we eat challenges for breakfast, right? All right, you can shake it out if you want. So let's get the wiggles out, get the ankles moving, joints, get all the fluid flowing. The synovial joints. Now we're gonna have that loop in your left hand. We're gonna shift our weight to that right foot. And then you can even place your right hand on the hip. We're gonna bend that knee, grab your left knee. Good job. So you're focusing on a point in front of you that's not moving. Here you can even try to loop that strap onto the sole of your feet. Keep focusing on a point in front of you if you need to. And then here you can kick out that leg. Balancing here. Now slowly exhaling it out, and you might shift your hips, but keep focusing on a point in front of you that's not moving. Good job. And then slowly, slowly swing it back out in front. You're grabbing that hand onto the other strap. Left hitchhiker's thumb in front. Exhale, pull it behind. So keep focusing on a point in front of you that's not moving. If you want an extra challenge, you can slowly gaze your back thumb and glance forward. Good job. Now release the belt. Ditch the belt. Shake it out. You deserve it. Now make your feet nice and wide as the mat. If not, your hands out to the side, and if you kink your wrists down, that's you're pointing down to your ankles. That's as wide as your feet should be. Good job. Hands on the waist. Inhale, chin up. Exhale, forward fold. Drop the forehead down toward the ground. Drop the hands down between the feet. You're gonna inhale halfway up, press through the palms, lengthen through the crown. Exhale, forward fold. Bend those elbows, pull again the forehead toward the ground. Your head is on the ground, you can shorten your stance of your feet. But we're breathing into our back, our glutes. They might be really tight. There you can shake your head, nod if you want. There you can grab your ankles, pull the forehead a little closer toward the ground. You're grabbing your hands back on your hips, bend those knees slightly, and then inhale, roll back up. Good job. I know, so every time our head is down below our heart, this is an inversion practice, and it gets all that blood rushing to our brain. Now, wrap the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers. So be mindful, is this left thumb over the right thumb over the left? Squeeze the palms, squeeze the shoulders, open up the heart, inhale, chin up, and then exhale, slowly forward fold. Here, let the head dangle, and then here, try to pull the wrist forward. Here, you can shake your head and nod. Get into the shoulders, allow the shoulders to melt. And then when you're done, releasing the palms back down in the center. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Good job. And then hands on the waist again, bend those knees. Inhale to roll the spine back up nice and slow. All right, now point the toes out, pull the heels in, bend those knees, hands on the tops of the knees or the thighs, squatting. This is that, what do you call it, goddess pose or sun god pose. And you can sway left and right, but we're gonna inhale through the crown, exhale, twisting, look toward your right knee, get the full back stretch. Inhale back toward the center, exhale, dropping your right shoulder, twisting, look at your left knee, your left shoulder. Inhaling back, good job. Now hands to your heart, exhale, squat a little bit lower. And this is what you call thigh burners. Now inhale, arms back up, straighten out those legs, and then exhale, hands back to the heart and squat. There's always these leg strengtheners. All right, hands back down, and then dropping the hands between. You can drop the hands out in front, and then point the toes back forward. You're gonna pull back into a short dog pose. You can hands out and drop the heart. Pulling the sit bones back in space. You can shake your head and nod. So this is a very good modified, like instead of downward dog, this is your short dog. You get the full torso stretch. And then inhaling back toward the center, placing the left hand in the middle. Inhale that right arm up to the sky, reaching, stacking the shoulders. Exhale, right hand back down into the center. If you need a block underneath your hand, you're welcome to. Inhale that left arm up, stacking the shoulders, breathing here. Just windmilling those arms, exhaling back down. One more time. Middle hand in the center, left hand in the center, inhale, right hand up to the sky, breathe here. So this opens up the heart, opens up the shoulders, and then exhale, the top hand back behind the back and twist the heart up. So you're doing a half bind. Might feel it in the legs. And then inhale that right hand up, exhaling back down the center. And then right hand in the center, inhale, left arm up to the sky again, breathing and reaching, stacking the shoulders, twisting at the belly. And then here you can wrap that top hand into a half bind. Turn the heart up. Good job. And then releasing, inhaling that left hand up, back down to the center. Here we're gonna bend that right knee, dropping your hips all the way to your right. Here you can lift the left toes up, coming into Skandasana. So surface pose. If you need a block, grab some blocks for your hands to elevate. You can lift your right heel up if you need to. You can take your elbow, your right elbow into that right knee to open up the hips. So these are your abductors. There's abductors that split the legs away. You don't get much stretching here. So we're gonna go nice and low like spider woman, spider man, spider person. You're gonna walk it across nice and slow, all across to the opposite side. Here you can tip the right toes up or you can point them down, it's up to you. Left elbow into the left knee. You can lift the bottom heel if you need to. But again, you're gonna feel it in your hamstrings and your abductors right here. So you might get that low stretch. Try to go nice and low. And then eventually coming back toward the center, you can pull your feet together. And then we're exhaling, squatting down. Hands to the heart, thumbs to the heart. You can take your elbows into the inner knees. Or you can sway left or right, kind of work the ankles. If you need to, you can sit on a block. You can totally rest there. You can use cushions, you can use blocks. One of my students in Los Osos years ago, for 2 whole years, he had 5 hips surgeries. He can only use this, and this is as far as he can go. But over time, and I'll tell him he can sit on his bolster, get that support. Over time, he was right here. And by the end of 2 years, practice twice a week, he was down here on a block. So to see that, you know, we need to keep our hips. We need to keep practicing. And then eventually dropping onto your tailbone and drop your legs out in front. And pull the flesh out from the backside. And then flatten the feet. Square, point the toes up. Inhale, arms up to the sky. And then pull the elbows past the ears. Here you can flatten out the palms. Again, imagine placing a tray of water on top of your head. You're pressing through those fingertips. The same idea as that downward dog in a different plane. You're actually using those arm muscles, just strengthening the torso, breathing through our crown, lengthening through the top of our heads. And then exhale, forward fold. Here you can bend those knees and grab your ankles. You can use a belt if you have one around. Use those straps. Inhale through the crown. Exhale, forward fold. Go a little deeper. And breathe into the back. Inhale through the crown. Exhale, go a little deeper. Then slowly, slowly. And I keep forgetting. I wanted to do the Parangasana plunges. Well, we'll have to do it next time. At least we got our feet in. We're gonna get ready for Shavasana. We're gonna grab your back of the hamstrings, walk your sit bones up, and grab your mat to the local real estate along your real estate wall. And we're gonna exhale, and you can do the legs at the wall anytime. You can even modify on the ground, legs at the wall, but exhaling slowly. Grab your blankets nearby. Coming down into Shavasana and then splay those legs out, palms facing up. I was promised a long Shavasana, so you guys deserve it. Close those eyes. Relax across the heart. Relax the shoulders. And then let the eyeballs sink into those eye sockets. Relax the cheeks and the forehead. Let the ears relax. Move your jaw around left or right if you like, and then just let it slack. And relax the tongue and your throat. And breathe into your lungs as if they were part of the floor. Relax the belly button, unplug the plug in your belly. Let it all deflate. And imagine your heartstrings loosening up and let your heart drop. And relax your guts. Just let your visceral organs relax. Integrating everything you've done. When you relax the glutes, let your feet flop out. Let your thighs get heavier. Relax the back of the knees. Let your calves get heavier. And your heels get heavier. Releasing all the tension out of your feet. Observing all the noise in the room. And let it float away like yellow clouds. You're observing the sunset. Observing all the noise outside the room. Or observing blue puffy clouds. Watching the sunset change colors. Being aware that you're breathing in and then exhaling fully. Becoming aware of your breath. Observing all the thoughts within your mind. Let it glide away like orange clouds. Just observing the breath as if you were breathing nice and long, floating in a cloud. And from here, wiggling your fingers, keeping your eyes closed. You can wiggle your toes. When you're ready, you can inhale those knees into your heart and rock left and right like a boiled egg. And from here, falling to your favorite side, you can pillow your face. You can take 2 deep breaths and take your time, waking up that body. And when you're ready, you can press up into a seated position when you're ready. Otherwise, you can have a longer Shavasana if you like.